Rookie, Scribe-Light, Some Dumb American, and their joint Lords of the Night livestream show. Late night discussions in Discord quickly evolved into streams of their own, with each member bringing something new and different to the table for discussion. Led by the incomparable Reject PPC and the One-Ton Hammer, the group rotates hosts known as Zookeepers.
Hello everybody and welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I am your host for this evening, One-Ton Hammer.
I will be your zookeeper tonight, Reject.
Alright, and welcome to the zoo. I am the Lucky Pop-Tart Inquisitor.
Sanguine.
Skep, Tock.
I'm Prospero.
Gassy.
And I'm Delahazed.
Regular streamers, they're known as minions, and special guests are known as traveling exhibits. They're on a nightly basis, so that each show has something unique and fresh for our audience. Minions of the Zoo currently streams at 10:30 Central Standard, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Let's be xenophobic. It's really in this year. Let's find a nasty, slimy, ugly alien to fear. There's no more cutesy stories about E.T. phoning home. Let's learn to love our neighbors like the Christians learned in Rome. We know we ought to hate them. They're different, you see. We've seen they're mean and ugly on movies and TV. The folks that ought to know have told us how it's got to be. The gospel truth is found in scenes from Alien and V. Let's wipe out any life form that seems to be a threat. We'll serve them up a genocide they never will forget. 'Cause if we miss a couple, they'll breed a couple more. And soon we'll all be hating twice as many as before. You see, aliens can never be as good as humankind. A more delightful race than us you'll never ever find. So step aside, you star slime, we're ready for your worst. We know you want to beat us, enslave us and defeat us, oppress us and browbeat us unless we get you first.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the zoo. I'm your Zookeeper tonight, Inquisitor, and joining me tonight is Eeyore.
Good evening, one and all.
And Simmias.
Hello, guys.
Hello. Welcome back to the zoo. I trust your first experience wasn't a bad one, so that you returned. So.
Absolutely not.
Thanks, guys, for coming out. We're just going to be painting some more on that librarian that I was painting last weekend. But how are you gentlemen this evening?
Doing pretty good.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I'm debating on painting myself.
Well, you know, it's I always try to set aside time on Sundays, regardless of anything else that I do the rest of my week. I can at least guarantee myself that I have at least some time to work on my hobby, which, you know, that's
right.
It's a boon for me. You know, doing this for the minions, it definitely helps keep me sane. But we had a little bit of a discussion started before we went live, and one of the things we were talking about was, you know, last weekend there was the reveal of the return of the Primarch Lionel Johnson. So then we got to thinking about the return of my favorite and my chapter's Primarch Sanguinius, and for those that aren't deep into the lore, it's not that difficult to be deep into the lore and know this. Sanguinius is dead. He died at the end of the Horus Heresy. He sacrificed himself so that the Emperor could beat Horus. And there's been, you know, talks, rumors, mostly I think hopeful rumors about the return of Sanguinius, that he would return from the dead. And all I have to say about that, now you guys know me, Blood Angels are my first love. Like that's how I started the game. Hell, I've got a Blood Angel right here, one of my scouts that I painted. I fucking love this guy, right? I got the Legion chapter badge is hand painted, so same with the company badge. You know, this is one of my scouts. I take my Blood Angel love very seriously. I think that reviving Sanguinius would be a bad idea because of the narrative.
Okay. We'll go into that more. Go on.
The reason why is because I think that it is a much more powerful story for the Blood Angels to be dealing with the overall like death echoes of the Primarch. Now it has been shown in the lore. A lot of people like to cite that the Black Rage was like the savage echoes and the death scream of Sanguinius when he died to Horus. Where if you read a lot of the Horus Heresy novels, you'd know that the Black Rage and the Red Thirst, the two of the gene curses amongst the Blood Angels,
Right, they were there before.
they were there long before Sanguinius' death. So
Yeah, that was like the worst thing for that chapter. They were trying to hide it.
Mm-hmm. Well, before they were found Sanguinius, they were called the Eaters of the Dead, or the Revenant chapter, and it was because they were savages on the battlefield. They would run around, kill and eat people and stuff like that. So the Emperor and a lot of the higher ups decided that it was a boon or a curse on their morale, and it would be a boon to send them on the most like dedicated suicide missions, and just to get rid of them. Like one of them was the pacification of I believe it was Venus. There was another like upstart empire, during the Wars for Unification, and they sent the Eaters of the Dead there, and of the 2,000 Space Marines they sent, only I think like 1,000 returned, but they completed their mission in like 2 weeks when they expected the campaign to last for several years. They were that effective as shock troopers.
Well, I mean, it is the Blood Angels. I mean,
and so the major thing that getting back to the point, the Blood Angels are the idea that behind them losing the Red Thirst and the Black Rage when if Sanguinius were to return, that's not necessarily the concern. For me, it's the fact that the Blood Angels' nobility is around the fact that they, more than any other chapter, know what it's like to be mortal, know what it's like to have the idea that you can die. Every other Space Marine, has this concept of their immortality. They live for forever, they die glorious deaths on the battlefield, but how many of them actually die, so on and so forth. They're genetically engineered super soldiers. They don't really have to worry too much about their mortality. The Blood Angels do. And not only that, the Blood Angels have a concept of their mortality and the legacy they leave behind. So in and of that that explanation, I think that it exemplifies the fact that the Blood Angels need to have the tragedy of Sanguinius's death to be a background for a lot of the characterization of the Blood Angels, if that makes sense.
okay. Well, I mean, I don't necessarily fully disagree. I think that I'm coming at this from the angle of, let's just say, the Primarchs were born of the warp. I'm probably going to stick with the idea that most of the Primarchs are probably some form of eternal, to a degree.
Yeah, maybe. I
think it's kind of like
they kind of established that with Ferrus Manus when he died.
Sure.
He had some sort of presence still even after he died.
Right, and I think that even, I mean, if you want to look at like my Primarch that I'm working on, the man comes back fucking super quick. I don't think all of them are going to come back as fast as Vulcan does. I mean, you can fucking chop Vulcan's head off and he'll be back in like a day and a half. But I think eventually we will see them. I think it'll be like the previous conversation last weekend, where it's going to be like the Emperor, where if he does die, he'll be born of the warp again. I think that's what's going to happen with all the other Primarchs that are, any of them really, to be honest with you. But that's what's going to happen. We may not know where they land when they're ejected from the warp, but I do believe, or at least I think, that that's how it's going to happen if they bring them back. and that would be the only really viable way to do it.
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna argue like the logistics of bringing the Primarchs back. I mean, they've established in the lore, 1,000,007 different reasons for them to be able to come back from the dead.
Right.
Even lesser beings than Primarchs have that sort of thing. Oleanus was one, but Oleanus is actually a good example. He actually gave up his perpetual nature to prevent Angron from killing the Emperor.
Right. Well, and that's like saying, do I think Horus is going to come back? I'm pretty sure the Emperor destroyed his being, his entire being, soul, and everything. So
Horus's presence in the warp was utterly annihilated.
Yeah,
right.
They've actually brought up the fact though that Horus was cloned though.
Oh sure. Well, that's why we have you know who.
Mm-hmm. Well, they got.
But like.
They cloned Horus and then they cloned Fulgrim twice, I believe.
Yeah.
So.
But it's like, I don't know. I think the Primarchs, as long as you haven't been utterly decimated, they have a way of coming back.
Yeah.
And they can make it work. It's just that's just where I stand. I think Sanguinius' story probably has the potential of him coming back. I don't know when, but I have a feeling that if they get, I feel like they might bring him back.
You know what?
Or at least try to.
You know what my compromise for the situation would be, where I think it would actually be still a powerful story, but to bring Sanguinius back in some measure, is to have Sanguinius's like warp-born spirit inhabit the Sanguinor.
Yeah, that
and
could
this
work.
is something I spoke to in Dungeon Chat. Mm-hmm. I don't see Sanguinius ever returning, but an aspect of him, same way as the aspect of Cain for the Eldar, comes back at times of great need through the Sanguinor.
The difference being is that Cain is actually a physical entity.
God, yeah, he's a. And he's once they find all the shards of Cain, they can bring him back.
Yeah, well, some shards are just completely destroyed. there's no going back on that. But yeah, no, Cain actually does have like a physical presence. Now, it's not to say that Sanguinius doesn't. Sanguinius does have a body, and it's fully 100% completely preserved on Baal. That was one of the reasons why the Arx Angelicum being under attack by a High Fleet Leviathan was a big deal. In the same way that the Fortress Monastery of the Ultramarines, when that was attacked by Behemoth, was a big deal, because if the Tyranids are able to absorb the genetic material of a Primarch, there's no telling what kind of creature would come.
Oh
from
yeah,
that.
could you fucking imagine? Oh my god, that one Hive Tyrant would be nothing. Like holy fuck.
So yeah,
if they could get a hold of either any of the Primarchs, or even, I mean, I would almost say a demon that was brought over. That would be insane.
Well, see, the thing about it is, like, they actually have justification for that in the Tyranid Codex. The Tyranids actually cannot absorb any biomass from demons.
Really?
But the Tyranids know this and have adapted a way to fight demons, regardless of the fact that they will be, ostensibly speaking, losing biomass every time they commit to an engagement with demons. They have a specific hive fleet called Kronos that goes to task for this. The other Tyranid fleets in the system inexplicably just give Kronos biomass as like a tax, because they know for a fact that the rest of their fleets aren't equipped to deal with demons like Kronos is.
Interesting. So would that also equate over to Chaos Space Marines that are kind of like nurgled out and stuff too? Can they not take that?
It all depends. Like there are Tyranids that just straight up cannot make any use out of anything from like a plague world, but the fact that it is all still biological matter, even if it's in various stages of decay. I mean, there's carrion feeders in the real world that eat putrefied flesh. So
right,
the Tyranids have an adaptation to even take down Nurgles. It all just really comes from the fact that demons don't have a corporeal body. When they die, they poof into the warp.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying like a demon possessed, a person possessed of a demon, and then they go through the change. I wonder if that would be different.
I think it's different enough that they can still absorb biomass, but they can't like absorb anything
right.
from the demon, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't think they would be. Yeah, no, yeah.
Which, I mean, since, when you get possessed by a demon, you, like, inflate, you get bigger muscles, bigger, whatever. If you're a nerdle, probably not muscles, more like bloated with horrible, putrescence. But, yeah, they, like, that sort of stuff, it all, stemming from being actual biological matter. Oh, yeah. Tyranids can absorb that.
Right.
And that's the funniest bit about it, too, is that, you have Abaddon the Despoiler and now all the demon Primarchs that are coming back and all that kind of stuff. They're like the big bads of the setting right now, but if you look at the Xenos side of everything, the Silent King is brokering all of these alliances with the Imperium specifically to fight the Tyranids. He knows that they're a bigger threat than Chaos.
Yeah, he's like, we've seen them before, this is not good, kind of thing.
There's no sense in dominating a galaxy that is completely lifeless and barren when you're done with it.
Right. Right.
So that's I there's a lot of people that don't like the retcon for the Necrons in particular. I actually personally think it's a better story.
It's not bad. It's really not bad.
Yeah.
Hey, Eeyore, you wanna get into a really deep conversation?
Hmm.
Let's ask a quiz about Space Wolves.
Yeah.
You mean space hypocrites? Okay.
Well, they may be hypocrites, but I understand where they get some other.
I hate to say it, but I agree with Major Kill completely on his next projection. Russ is going to be next.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I think they're going to bring the Primarchs back one by one. I think that's how they're going to kind of have to fight the Tyranid and Chaos. It's just going to have to happen.
But to add to it, I will say Russ or Dorn. Any of the others are next to zero by comparison.
The easiest one to bring back, at least from a narrative standpoint, is Jagatai Khan.
Yeah, I think that's who's going to be next. Actually, is Khan, because
the issue with Khan is JW seems to hate the Eldar right now.
Well,
true. Well, they've kind of always
be the
hated
reason
the
why
Eldar.
you hate the Eldar, because then it's just
That's
Jagatai
true,
Khan
too.
fucking up the Eldar.
I think the rumor
But that
mill
would
is
require a whole Dark Eldar story campaign, a third of an edition probably dedicated to the Dark Eldar as the big bads.
I don't disagree.
I'd be okay with all that.
I don't disagree, but I do believe, I think if the rumor mill is true, that it is going to be
probably including Vect getting a model again.
I'd be okay with that. I'll still prefer his older model because, GW seemed to be removing sexuality from the game so that little Timmy doesn't have to ask these uncomfortable questions to Mom. But,
True.
Meh. So long as Asdrubale Vect gets another model again, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. I don't see a big problem with it. Oh my god. Wiz, you're gonna hate me.
What?
I'm about to buy your Primarch.
You're gonna what?
I think I'm gonna buy your Primarch.
I'm buying Sanguinius? It's a good model.
Not the same model though.
Oh. That's fine. I'll say I bought the Forge World one at the Adepticon.
Oh no, that's you told me about that last week. It's gorgeous. I saw the pictures. Like, Jesus.
I love that model so much. It's so good. And it's funny now because my roommate is going to have 2 different Lionel Johnsons when they release the actual Lionel Johnson. So.
Nice. Look over in Stream Talk really quick.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the Lion. Any updates on how pissed he is at seeing what his brother has done in the...
That's a beautiful model.
It is.
Yeah. Okay, let's put it this way, man. I would love to have that model if I were to model Sanguinius with the Encarmine blade. Because right now,
Yes.
with the Forge World one, I want to give him the Spear of Telesto.
Yeah. Okay.
Hands down, the best weapon. And I say, when they did their whole Primarch Battle Royale, they didn't factor in charging, and they gave Sanguinius the Encarmine Blade instead of the Spear of Telesto. If they did include charging and the Spear of Telesto, Sanguinius would dominate everyone. There's not a single
You think
Primarch
he-
that'd be able to hold up to it.
Think he could beat the Lion?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I say the major reason why Sanguinius lost in that he lost in the first round is because Sanguinius works on the charge. That's the way he works.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So it's like they're just immediately tying Sanguinius' hands behind his back to begin with.
Buy this one too. How much is this? It's not bad. I may put all these in there and buy them all.
Hey,
That looks amazing.
That's a beautiful model. I like it.
I found this guy. He is Jesus. Copy here, paste. I know it's not your favorite guy, but just bear with me. Crap.
Tiny model. Is that Russ?
That's Russ.
Oh, okay.
Let me copy this, and then we'll go. That's the link. I don't need to copy the link.
I thought he had 2 swords, not a sword and an axe.
Who knows? It's probably a lore change or something, or for this guy.
Okay. Because I know he had Frostfang. Frostfang is a sword.
Yeah, he had Frostfang, which I think is right there in the first epic, but I don't know what the axe is. Because Grimnar has the axe.
Yeah.
The demon axe. Yeah. We can go down that route of hypocritical things if you can't have.
Well, I was saying it doesn't.
Enough calling Russ a hypocrite.
It doesn't even need to go as far as saying, the decision of Nicaea. That's as far as it needs to go to immediately get the point across.
Look at the next one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. See, that's the other one. I really want that to be the next Primarch, period. It doesn't even matter if it's a loyalist or a demon or any of that kind of stuff factoring into it. No, I want the Emperor's children to have their own codex.
Yeah, that would be nice. I don't disagree. Oh, holy hell. No. Oh, okay. I know you can tell me who this is. Sorry, I'm going through this guy's catalog.
Nice. Peter Turbo.
Who is it? Peter Turbo.
I say I imagine the guns he had mounted to his wrist though were much bigger than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to laugh a lot at Perturabo. I used to think he was a terrible character, but then after reading Angels Exterminatus, he became a much more sympathetic character. I still think he's a little bitch, but it's not as bad as he used to be.
His whole army, his whole legion, I believe in cutting the flesh away. What do you expect?
Mm-hmm. Not as much as the Iron Hands, but yeah, pretty close.
Yeah.
The Iron Hands only choose to go that way because they know very well what happens when they let human emotion take control of their decisions. They lose their heads.
Yes and no. You need to read Damnation of Pythos then, because they actually have a whole series of stuff that goes on about that, and it was one of the sergeants of the expedition that survived Istvan, showing a lot of compassion, mainly at the insistence of one of the salamanders that they'd rescued from Istvan, and him regretting his humanity like the entirety of the book, and ends up dying because of it. So, I don't know, it's...
All right, there's the last one. I'm thinking of actually printing that one this next weekend.
Okay. Oh, nice. A demon Primarch Engron. I don't know, compared to the actual GW model, I like the face
Oh,
more
sure.
of this guy. I like the face more of this guy.
Yeah.
I like some of the details, like all the skulls on like his belt and stuff like that. That's cool. But I don't know. I think I kind of prefer the GW one more.
I mean, they just got so much more time on than these guys do. Like, these guys are making great stuff. But,
Yeah, absolutely.
And Jesus Christ, the amount of extra stuff.
Yeah, the detail on that is insane. It's really good. I really like that.
And really, I would love to go back, and I think I'm actually going to with all of the ones I'm going to buy, and print them at like full size, which are like in between the 32 mil and like a 50 mil, so a little bit bigger than what I want to print them off at the size of like a hound, a hound titan.
A warhound titan. Gotcha.
Yeah, nothing big, but just like, you know.
I mean, that's 12 inches tall. That's pretty big, but
yeah. Well, yeah, but like nothing like what's the monster that's like 3 feet tall?
Oh, the Warlord Titan.
Yeah, like I don't need, but I want to be able to have all the Primarchs on like a shelf in my office.
Oh yeah, that'd be
From
awesome.
Loyalist to like Fallen.
Yeah.
That would be pretty badass, I think.
I'd say what would be even better is if you have both their demon and
Oh yeah, in their regular form.
Yeah.
Before the fall, that would be badass. I am not gonna lie there. You know, the only one I don't see right now is I don't see the first at all here.
You don't see a lion at all?
I don't see a line at all.
Odd.
Well. They give me a bunch of stuff, but they don't give me the line. Oh. How's the painting going? I haven't looked at the stream just yet.
It's going okay. I'm in the precarious step now of painting the tabard of the librarian, painting the Dark Angel symbol on it.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, I see. Yeah. I can't do freehand, man. I'm not that good.
Well, this isn't freehand. This is all molded, but at the same time, it's still incredibly fine detail.
I'm still trying to figure out what color of green I want to go with, and I've got the gold, but
for those that want to know the soundtrack that's playing for the BGM as well, that is Shoot His Blood and Teeth. It is hands down my favorite video game soundtrack of the past, I want to say maybe even 5 years. Now, that's not to say that Hades isn't awesome as well. It is, but I like Shoot His Blood and Teeth just a little bit more.
oh, here's another model of no, that's not Sanguinius, is it? Yeah, it is Sanguinius. He's got the spear in this hand, in this one.
Oh, nice. The Spear of Telesto just looks awesome. I love the whole blood drop spear.
Oh my god, he's got cherubs on his wings. Oh my god, I'll post that one in the chat, dude. Just
Sounds
to see.
awesome.
That's fucking badass. I actually like this one's wings better than the first one. Although the first one, the wings were pretty badass, but.
Oh yeah.
So Eeyore, what's your faction? What do you play?
Guard and Space Marines.
Guard. Okay. Which faction of Marines?
Depends on the time of year.
Depends on what's good in the meta right now. Iron Hands or Salamander.
Shush! You shush!
I'm
Funny.
surprised you're not playing Tau. You flip-flop like a fish.
Oof.
I have a lot of affinity for the Tau. I mean,
That's my army.
the greater good is always a good thing.
Not really, but it's okay. I say, actually, the funny bit is that here recently I've been considering getting a Tau army and a Dark Eldar army. I never really considered those factions like ever before, but the main thing for the Tau though that I want to do is I want to make a Kroot army. I don't want to have no Tau in my Tau army. I want to do Kroot only.
So what you're gonna need, Eeyore, is just Thunderhawk, and his army's dead.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Well, no. All you need is regular intercessors with bolt rifles, and I'm done.
basically, one Terminator with a storm cannon.
Yeah, with the fucking assault cannon. Yeah, I'm done.
As much fun as that sounds, how about 3 Razorbacks with twin assault cannons?
That works too.
It would be massively overkill, but yeah.
There's no such thing as overkill for the Iron Hands.
I prefer twin heavy bolters, but that's because my other faction is Imperial Fist. But you know.
Yeah, that'll work.
Shoot them all dead.
I will say this though, the major limitation that I'm putting on myself for if I want to do the Kroot, like if I actually go through with it, is it's only going to be boarding patrol.
Well, that makes sense. Like I would think that would be a little nutso if you were to like
Do 2,000 points
old-
of Kroot.
Yeah,
2,000 points of Kroot.
Kroot only. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, I'm also the lunatic that wanted to make a 1,000 point Grot only army too.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Makari, the Red Gobbo on Bouncer, 90 Grots, and 12 Killicans.
Oh, that would be, yeah.
That's about 1,000 points.
I've got a 750 point army that I could print off. It's got Pelicans, like a tank, big boy, some Ludas and stuff like that.
I'll say I'm not gonna lie. I bought into my orcs specifically because of the buggies, the buggy rework.
Oh yeah.
Edition. Yeah, when they
I think I would order some of that online for sure.
It's so good. Those models look so good.
No way. This is not who I think it is it? Okay, hold on.
I do need to disclose, however, I am a little bit disillusioned with 40k in general right now, mainly due to the edition change. And where's Smash Seraphon?
I say topical because that's what the stream is entitled. Excitement and Trepidation for 10th edition. I personally think that 10th edition is not going to be that bad. Yeah, a lot of the concerns over 10th edition are pretty unfounded.
I found a fulcrum with before the change. Doesn't look bad. It's not bad.
Does he have the Larian blade?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, before he became the galaxy's most evil nope rope.
Shit.
Oh, is it? Wait a minute. Hold on. Is this who I think it is? Oh, it is.
Right back.
Oh, I'm buying this.
Which one?
I think this is Lion, I think.
I will be right back, guys.
Yeah, go.
Yes, son.
Copy.
It's probably a situation of him needing food.
Probably.
The thing that are drawing me to Age of Sigmar so much right now is just all the new Seraphon models.
All right, I'm back.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah, that's the Lion. Check it out. It's not the best. It's just something to have, but I wouldn't play with. I just want to paint it.
Well, yeah.
Many of our older viewers will know the obvious reason why I like the Seraphon so much, but I'd rather not discuss it because Quiz, Reject, and Hammer will all be pissed at me if I mention it.
Yes. I like that one. It looks pretty good.
Yeah. The helmet looks pretty good too.
Yeah. The lion's helm.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm perfectly okay with you getting into Seraphon. Gives me something for my undead to kill.
Screw you!
Gives me something to kill.
Yeah, the Seraphon are lizardmen for Age of Sigmar.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I play the Soulblight Gravelords. I play undead. I play vampires.
I have not gotten into Sigmar yet, so I can't really comment on that.
I will say this: I had a lot of trepidation about, speaking of trepidation, and 40k, and especially the new edition. I had a lot of trepidation about getting into Age of Sigmar as well. However, the major problems I had were the story, because I liked Warhammer Fantasy's story more than I liked the reworks that they had to do to put in Age of Sigmar. A lot of those concerns have been alleviated. They've written into the story fairly well. It sucked when it started off, but it's good now, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then also by the same token, the rules started off really bad, but they've had 3 editions now to make it better, and they have. Age of Sigmar is a tight, well-organized, and now fairly decently well-written game. Just gonna say that. That's my opinion on Age of Sigmar. So, a lot of the comparisons that people are drawing for 10th edition 40k being very similar to Age of Sigmar, I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's not a dirty word to say Age of Sigmar anymore. It used to be, but it's not anymore. There we go.
So did they completely get rid of fantasy?
Yes, fantasy is now Age of Sigmar. However,
that's what I thought. Okay.
However, they are bringing fantasy back as a specialty game, in the same way that Horus Heresy is a specialty game for 40k.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Wait. My Seraphon army will work in 2 games?
Yes, they will.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, that's the reason why I'm specifically going for older style Space Marines when I'm building my Firstborn, so that I can use them in 40k and 30k.
Dude, I'm telling you what, I wish they would bring back some of the 30k stuff.
I'm sorry I cut you off when you were about to call what the new fantasy will be called.
Oh, it's called Old World.
That's
the name they've got for it. They've already put out some previews. The major things, like, a lot of people were pissed when Age of Sigmar came out because they got rid of 2 factions that people really loved, but no one bought, which was the Tomb Kings and the Bretonnians.
Yep.
Well, all of their development stuff that they put out on the Warhammer, not 40k, the Warhammer community site, have all been showcasing Bretonnians and Tomb Kings.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Well, that's the kicker. Like, if you really wanted to play something that can cross all of it, it's just Necrons. Period. I mean, Tomb Kings, what are the other 3 factions that were huge back then? What's the Pharaoh's name? Shit.
Oh God, I can't remember his name now. Crap.
Exactly, I can't even.
All that's coming to mind is D&D names. Shit. Damn it. Cetra?
I can't. I think so. I think that sounds right. Don't
it's
quote me,
Cetra.
but it sounds right.
Let me check.
But yeah, like, you can. Ooh, no. Save copy image.
Yeah, it's Cetra.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Priest King who
WEDS.
founded Khemri, yeah.
WEDS.
Hmm.
Look,
Oh, nice!
dude.
That's actually not a bad idea, too, for Magnus. That looks kind
Yeah,
of cool.
isn't it? And of course, they've got one where he's got like the horns coming out of his head outside of it, but
Sure.
the different heads. But dude, I love seeing the art. That is just so good.
Well, I really like the tentacles bursting out of his chest, because Magnus, like when he was in 30K, he straight up died. He was straight up dead. But he fragmented, and the fragments all kind of coalesced, and like some of them made it back into the mortal plane as different space marines that went on to actually form up with Malkador the Sigillite and form the Grey Knights. Janus was the major one. He was actually an aspect
Janus,
of Magnus the Red. Like all of the fragments of Magnus's negative emotions are what coalesced in the warp and became the demon Primarch Magnus the Red. So, and I say I got a soft spot for the Thousand Sons too. Thousand Sons are my Chaos faction. I only have one, and it's Thousand Sons.
Chaos.
Yep.
I took you for a word bearer.
Speaking of, I got a Zangor right here.
I took you for a word bearer.
Nah, fuck Lorgar. And Erebus is a little bitch. One of my favorite bits in lore is when after the whole thing with Lorgar and Angron, like Angron fucked himself up stopping a Warlord Titan from stepping on and crushing Lorgar.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And there's all this great stuff. It's a pretty good character expose on Angron.
Oh yeah, that looks great.
And the end of that book is Angron ascending to Demon Primarchhood, and Karn the Betrayer getting pissed off at Erebus. And Erebus was like fighting a whole bunch of word bearers on their flagship, and usually to fighting them to first blood. And then Karn comes in and says, "To the death." And proceeds to bitch slap the fuck out of Erebus. Like, he had him dead to rights. He broke all 4 of his limbs. He smashed his nose. He cracked all of his teeth out of his skull. Like, there was nothing left of Erebus. Karn could have easily just killed him. But he let him live. Because he knew the humiliation would be worse. And it was. Because the rest of the books that I've read after that with Erebus is just being a little bitch, talking about how he's now afraid of Angron. Or, not Angron, Karn.
I mean, if that's what Karn could do to him, I'm pretty sure Erebus has a healthy fear of Angron as well.
Well, yes. Well, now that Angron was a demon, though.
I mean, anyone with any amount of respect for self-preservation fears the angry man.
Nah. Just give me a shadow sword. I'm perfectly fine.
I think Khorne are a specific breed. They're just crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, when you had the lesser demon attack you actually attacked the freaking demon king. It didn't get bitch slapped across the fucking galaxy.
Oh, and get bitch slapped so hard you turn into a sword.
Right.
Yeah. All I gotta say about that, though, is, that's fine. A shadow sword works. Shadow sword works just fine.
I've got the Aegis and some power swords and some, Grey Knights. Let's go. I dare you to touch my armor, bitches. Come on.
But Falchion.
Yeah, your Falchion can go suck it. I prefer a shadow sword. Thank you very much.
Okay. You like a shadow sword because of the volcano cannon, right?
Yeah.
Falchion has 2!
Underpowered, by way of comparison.
No.
Yes.
No.
More shots
There-
and does less damage.
I raise you psychic abilities.
They both do 6 damage.
Get fucked. Catch on fire.
They both have 14 strength.
Wait, how much damage does the Falchions volcano
6.
do? Let's see here.
It's strength 14, AP 5, 6 damage.
No, volcano cannon does 12 damage. Thank you very much, and it's strength 18.
Ouch.
There's a reason why the
when else
volcano cannon is known as the Titan Hunter.
When you guys start talking about strength 18, I'm gone. I have no idea.
Okay.
This is like the 8th edition shit.
Yeah, I would say because earlier editions the maximum strength was 8 or no, it was 10. You didn't have anything more than 10. You couldn't get anything more than 10.
Your APs your AP would change.
Yeah. So what it is now is that strength can go up to any numerator you want, as well as toughness.
Oh dear God.
Yeah. Toughness can also go that high too. There's almost nothing that does. The only ones that do now are guard tanks and titans. Are the only things that go above toughness 8.
There is a couple of CSMs that have 9.
Is there? Well,
I believe the CSM Land Raider has 9.
I don't think so. Let me check.
Damn.
Specifically the CSM.
Yeah, I know, not the Death Guard or Thousand Suns. Let's see. Chaos Land Raider.
T9.
Oh, it is T9. Oh, interesting. Okay. For the longest time, that was the good rule of thumb, is that almost anything had toughness 8. The highest toughness you had was 8, and then only Titans had higher than toughness 8. And even then, a Warhound was toughness 8. A Reaver was toughness 9, and then a Warlord was toughness 10. But yeah, when it comes to that, the Shadow
That's
Sword...
when I call him my Manta. Fuck y'all.
The Shadow Sword has toughness 9 and 30 wounds. So... And then the Volcano Cannon, 120-inch range, heavy D3 plus 3, strength 18, AP minus 5, flat 12 damage.
Yeah, that's when I realized that Forge World needs to update the Falchion's weapon.
No, it's fine the way it is. Because that's more in line with the lesser versions of a volcano weapon. Which it is.
No, the Falchion's volcano cannons are volcano cannons.
Not compared to the Shadow Sword's volcano cannon. The Shadow Sword's volcano cannon should be the strongest volcano cannon. Because that's what it's designed to be. It's almost an Ordinatus, at least in lore. But when here, let's look here. What's Knight Castellan? Waha. So let's look at that volcano lance that it has. The volcano lance there is strength 16, AP minus 5, D6 plus 8.
Mm-hmm. But that's because it's a different weapon.
Yeah.
The Falchion's twin-linked volcano cannons are volcano cannons. Outright, in lore. Forge World just hasn't updated the rules to the new guard.
Well, it's a twin Falchion volcano cannon. It is not a volcano cannon.
Quiz?
It is a Falchion.
They probably did it because it's too.
Quiz? You are well aware that Forge World likes to do that.
I know. And it still doesn't change the fact that it is not a full volcano cannon. It's more akin to the volcano lance than it is the volcano cannon.
I will still state that a twin-linked Falchion volcano cannon can still put the hurt on.
Oh yeah, just not as much as a regular volcano cannon.
Yeah. I'd leave this alone.
Space Marine Super Heavies
Okay,
can
just-
suck it. That's all I gotta say. I don't give a shit about your Space Marine Super Heavies.
You leave our Super Heavies out of this.
Look at all what you have to do to mimic a fraction of my Guard's Super Heavy's power.
Yeah, so I don't get any of this. So I'm looking at the new stuff from the TAL. So 72, heavy 1, strength 14, AP -6, D3 +6.
Are you talking about the
rail.
The railgun? Yeah. I'll say, did you notice the other things about that too? No invulnerable saves and deals mortal wounds on hit. Now, mortal wounds are.
Oh no, it suffers 3 mortal wounds.
Yes, flat 3 mortal wounds in addition to all other damage. What mortal wounds are is no saves of any kind, not even invulnerable saves, can be made against them.
Only ones that can be made are feel no pains.
Yeah, feel no pains, which are ignore injury. The way the rules usually written is when a model loses a wound, roll a blah, and on a blah, it
ignores.
You ignore that wound.
Yeah, so I haven't played in forever, so half this shit doesn't make even sense to me anymore.
Yeah, it's not that difficult to pick up and play again. All things considered, the biggest learning curve you'll have is going to be the stratagem system.
Fortunately, that's going the way of the Dodo next edition.
Not necessarily, just a lot of the alpha striking shit is. Because right now, this edition, the biggest complaint a lot of people have in it is that it's too lethal. That it's way too easy to just wipe out a whole bunch of your opponent's army, and then at that point they're at an extreme disadvantage, and then the next turn you can just finish them off, and then you've tabled them, and then you win. What they're trying to do is they're trying to pare that back, because right now you have like 30, 40 something stratagems that you can use in your phase, and they're like, okay, Simmias, did you ever play against anyone or see how anyone used the old Battle Sister Acts of Faith?
It's been a minute.
Okay. The way it used to be is that Sisters of Battle had a number of faith points, and then you could spend them at various different phases. Like, you could use Divine Guidance in your shooting phase. And what that did is for every roll of 6 to wound, your weapon counted as AP1. So you could have AP1 bolters.
Right.
Okay. Stratagems work exactly the same way. You have a number of command points, and you can use them for various different bonuses in the middle of the game.
Shoot me in the face.
It's actually not that bad of an idea. I like it a lot. It felt cheap when I played Battle Sisters, and felt like a lot of the stuff that made Battle Sister special just was given to everyone.
Right.
So like, well, now what am I?
That's like saying back in the day when I used to bring a tiger shark into the game, everyone was like, "Fuck."
The one with the big rail cannon or the regular tiger shark?
Got two. It's got two. The tiger shark's the smaller one with the 2 rail cannon, the 2 heavy rail cannons on it. The manta's got like 6.
I really don't understand anyone that purchased a manta.
I didn't. I almost built one.
Well, it's people that have money and they like their hobby. Which more power to you. If you've got the money to buy a tiger shark, or not a tiger shark, a manta, and you're not like putting yourself and your family in the poorhouse by doing so, more power to you. I'd love to get.
Well, I mean, there for a while it was the most expensive. I mean, there for a while the manta was the most expensive thing you could buy.
because they hadn't
It was
finished
insane.
the Warlord yet. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the best thing about the Manta is the fact that you get a full Tau army along with the Manta.
Right. Yeah, it's got the XA1A heavy freaking rail guns. Or rail cannons, excuse me.
Yeah, I'd love to have a game with you sometime, man. If you're ever in, like we're ever in an area or anything like that, I'd love to play a game with you.
I'd have to get used to it. I'd have to get a new book and read. I'm so behind on everything.
To be fair, now with 10th edition coming out, it'll be much easier for you to just pick up and figure it out. Plus, it'll all be free.
Fair. They're going that way?
Indexes will be free.
Yeah, the core rules are going to be free, and your data cards are going to be free. Then, like, when they eventually get around to, like, putting out new models and stuff like that, they'll put out a data card to come with the model, and, like, maybe a stratagem to use with that model.
All right.
So, yeah.
I think that's a great way to go. I mean, if you're going to compete with one, like we were talking about last week, one-page rules, if you're going to compete with them, you've got to compete with them.
Yeah, we are.
You can't be charging $100 for the book and
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Right? wait. JW's given up on the $60 codex that's technically obsolete inside of 3 weeks strategy.
Yes. They're not...
Waha wins!
They're no
Waha
longer,
wins!
Shit, $60 codex.
Yeah, they're no longer going to be printing codexes, at least from what I've seen from the community post. Now, that could change.
You mean $60 rulebook or $60 codex?
Codex. Codexes are $55.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I was going to say, I was like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah, the rulebook I think is
been
like
a long time.
$90 actually.
Yeah, it's almost $100, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last one that I had came with 3. That's how old that's been. Yeah.
That was what,
I
7th
think it was
edition?
6th edition. No, I think it was 6th.
Oh, 6th? I say I have a special edition of 5th edition that was like one of only 2,000 something printed, and it has this like really immaculate like purity seal on the inside of it, and it's like all embossed and everything. It's got gold leaf pages.
I was gonna say there's that one, and there's the one that the golden 5th edition.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the golden 5th edition at the house, so.
Still, I'm going to continue saying it. Waha won.
Well, you know, Waha is going to have to compete with GW itself, because GW is going to be the ones putting out the free data sheets.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, what the fuck is this?
I think GW is actually going to be revamping its app too, because they don't want to be having people get battle butts anymore.
Is this really coming to Tau?
What?
High capacitance railgun?
High capacitance railgun.
It's almost like a twin linked It's like a twin linked railgun, so you can double the weapons rate of fire. That would be fucking. Oh my god.
That might be part of the Crusade rules for the Tau. I don't know.
Gotcha.
I've not read the Tau's codex.
This one's in prototype, so.
Oh, if it's a prototype like that, what it does is that it will replace a weapon that you currently have. It's essentially the Tau's prototype weapons are like the Space Marines special issue war gear. They're replacements for relics.
Uh-oh.
So you can only have one in your entire army, but you can have one.
You're not gonna like this.
What?
The Tau have access to a prototype Magna Rail rifle.
Oh.
Yeah, so the Magna Rail rifle's common thing to take.
The same thing from the. I'm assuming it's going to be less powerful than the Leagues of Votann, but they supposedly have a prototype now.
Well, the Leagues of Votann is probably more standardized. Plus, also Magna Rail. Yeah. They have the Leagues have Magna Rail rifles as well.
Right.
Yeah. Let me look at the Tau's rules here. I'm looking on Waha.
I think Simmias is talking from a previous codex.
Maybe.
Because I'm not seeing the high capacitance or the Magna Rail.
This is on the Lexicon.
Oh, okay.
website.
Gotcha. I'll say the one that I see a lot of people taking is the Onager gauntlets for the Tau. That's like the big relic tank.
Onager.
Yeah.
Ah, my eyes!
Yeah.
What is that?
Let me find that real quick. Where is their relics? Signature systems, other war gear. Shit, where the hell is their relics?
I'll be at the bottom. And they're called signature systems in both 8th and 9th.
Oh, the signature systems is the name of their relics? Okay. There it is.
Yeah.
The Onager Gauntlet. Onager Gauntlets were developed during the Damocles Crusade to counter massed heavy armor spearheads from the Imperium. Armed with such a weapon, a warrior could punch straight through thick armor of a tank. Though the technology proved successful, the casualty rate amongst the bearers was extremely high. And the original 12 prototypes, only one remains. Battlesuit model only, this relic has the following profile. Onager Gauntlet, range melee, type melee, strength 12, minus 4 AP, flat 3 damage.
What? Wait a minute. A crisis suit with basically a melta on its arm.
Pretty much. Flat 3 is more akin to a Thunderhammer.
When did this shit happen?
Yeah. I say it's Onager Gauntlet is a crisis suit with a Thunderhammer.
That's... I mean, technically the crisis suits would be the best. I mean, they'd be the best thing to kind of get into close combat with. Mm-hmm. But I mean, Jesus Christ. Okay. That's new. That's something I'd never seen before. Looks like I need to go buy the new Tau Codex.
Mm-hmm. Well, it all depends on if you want to get any games in before the summer. Because summer 10th edition's releasing, and therefore all the codexes are going to be invalidated. So if you want to get any games in before the summer, cool. Go and do that. Until then,
there's no way I'm getting in.
There's this website. Eeyore is going to squee with glee me showing it here. Wahapedia. It's a Russian Wikipedia site, and it has all the rules. Like, everything from the codex is in it, including the data sheets.
All hail the mighty Laufer.
God. It's funny. Oh, I've seen this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Wahapedia is actually a really good resource. The major problem I have with Waha is that it's not conducive to use at the actual table. If you want to sit here and like study it at your computer, that's one thing. To actually pull out your phone and sit there and scroll through Wahapedia looking for your relics and shit like that, it's going to take way too long.
God.
It's why it's typically better to have relevant rules from Waha as printouts at the very least.
Yeah, or just buy the codex.
I ain't giving GW $60 for a bunch of books.
You can always go secondhand. I bought my Necron codex for $12.
That's still supporting GW's racket for painting supplies and books.
I'm gonna say a word and see if anyone can keep if they even use this anymore. Battle Scribe.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I derogatorily used as when I said battle butts. The reason why is because I like Battle Scribe. The problem is that Battle Scribe is wrong more than it's right.
Well, no, just the army builder.
Oh yeah, the army builder's great. Don't get me wrong. And they put a lot of good resources out there for having like your list at your hand, on your phone. The problem is that I'm saying this shit very disparagingly. I realize it's an entirely voluntary effort, it still doesn't change the fact that there are some people that are extremely, and I mean extremely, gung-ho about certain factions and will get all of their rules updated the day it comes out.
Oh, sure.
And then there's other factions where it seems like they don't give us the slightest modicum of a fuck about them. And it takes them months, if not a quarter of a year, for them to get the information in there from the Codex. Example, the Imperial Guard.
There was an army builder way back in the day. I can't remember the name of it. It may have been Battlescribe in the beginning. There was one that you could download and put your own building stuff in.
Okay.
I think it could have been Battlescribe when it first came out. You could do that.
I would not at all be surprised if it wasn't, because there were so many back in the day.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember the name of the army builder that we used at our local game store, but we had a laptop, like this ancient laptop sitting up there, that its sole purpose was to build an army and print the list from the store's printer, and that you could take to the table.
Oh yeah.
But the icon
Oh,
for
yeah,
it was
yeah,
like a
yeah.
lion's head. I do remember that, but I don't remember the name.
Oh, what is that? I know which one you're talking about.
Because that was the one we used to use back in the day.
Was it Easy Army?
Oh, it could
No,
be.
it wasn't Easy. I don't think it was Easy Army. It was.
You're talking stuff way before my time.
Yeah, we know you're a fairly recent Baba. You're a newborn babe.
Oh,
Okay, I've been around for an entire edition now.
Entire edition.
Yes,
I'm old enough for third. I'm old enough for third, so I mean.
I'll say I started technically back in second, but it was like right at the tail end of second, and so.
Yeah, I came in a little bit later than that.
Yeah, when I built stuff, I was building stuff for third. So.
Yeah, nice.
I'll say it's funny. Did you see the Warhammer April Fool's joke on the community site?
Oh God, I don't remember seeing that one.
It's the Warhammer exercise routine.
Fuck.
Let's see here. Let me find it. Warhammer community. I love the text in the article. It was really funny. Mainly because it's like, here we go. Crush your reps like Eldari's skulls with a Mark 19 Emperor class Primarch Fitness Warhammer, part of our new Adeptus Exercises program. Many longtime Warhammer fans remember their first gains from moving solid metal dreadnoughts around the table. It's like, are you serious, dude? I still move solid metal dreadnoughts around the table.
Right.
There's one, and right over here, it just got out of the drink, and I'm going to have to reassemble and paint it, but there's two. I have two solid metal dreadnoughts, bitch. So,
Yes.
Right.
Translation: improvised murder weapons if you put them in a sock.
I just drop it into a sock and beat someone to death.
It's not wrong. I mean, I've got a few of the. I've got several characters that are solid freaking lead.
But yeah, this new innovation in personal fitness is their first step towards replicating these legendary feats of strength and endurance. The Fitness Warhammer is ergonomically designed so you can smash your exercise targets all day long, just like the captain that you are inside. Just lift, swing, and achieve greatness. That was the thing in 8th edition. Everyone shortened the idea of taking a captain with a thunderhammer and a jump pack to just Captain Smashfucker. That was the name. If you took a captain with his thunderhammer and a jump pack, it was Captain Smashfucker. So that's the reference there. And yes, I have several Blood Angel Captain Smashfuckers. Let's see here. If you're looking to get your hands on this beast of an exercise tool, you don't need to wait long. All that's left is to make sure that it passes important safety checks and doesn't pose a danger to miniatures, Windows, and other Warhammer fans. And yourself. It'll be out any day now. Warning, results not guaranteed. The hammer is supplied unpainted and requires assembly. 400mm Citadel round base not included. May impose negative modifiers to hit rolls. Rules for using the Mark 19 Emperor class Primarch Fitness Warhammer can be found in the upcoming Abs of Iron supplement. So, I mean, this is the reason why I do still like Warhammer all these years later, is that I think that the community team and a lot of the people that are into the hobby from the hobby side, not the corporate side, are well worth the time and the patience to put up with the bad stuff, if that makes sense.
Oh, sure.
Richard Head said, got you beat quiz 3 Furiosos and 3 regular dreads. I say mine are both Furiosos. But yeah, my roommate has a metal Chaos Dreadnought. Yeah, and I got my 2 Furiosos.
Oh.
Yeah, my roommate has a pretty fucking big Chaos collection at this point. So...
That's in this week. Shit. Oh well.
I'm pretty impressed with how Caliban Green is actually going on this guy. I thought it was going to go on too thick and I'd have to really heavily water it down, but it's not going on too bad.
Gotta find the other part for my XV9 battlesuit. Damn it.
I will say this, at least from an outsider's perspective, if you take any of the support weapon system or the support systems, you're doing yourself a disservice. Just take more guns.
Oh yeah, no. The only support stuff I ever took was like a generator.
Oh yeah, shield generators is definitely an investment, but even then, you only need one really for the squad.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, if that's the case, you can just take a drone.
Mm-hmm. You can take shield drones. A lot of people do.
Because then, if your shield drone fails, you can tell that the wound goes to the shield drone.
Mm-hmm. Well, technically speaking, you have to decide that before you make the save. But yeah.
Sure, yeah.
It'll be pretty interesting when this guy's done. It's the first Dark Angel L I've finished painting. And then I can refine the process for the rest of my roommate's entire fucking army that he's going to want me to paint. Question is that, do I fast track this or do I fast track some of his other armies? Like, he's got a full World Eaters army, he's got a full Thousand Suns army, he's got a full
Oh, good God.
Black Legion army, Chaos Knights, he's got everything.
What's with this guy in Chaos?
That's his chosen faction, man. I'm not going to begrudge it. I have, God, what? Okay, Blood Angels, White Scars, Imperial Fists, Battle Sisters, Admech, Imperial Knights, Guard, 2 different regiments of Guard. I have both Catachan and Cadian.
Oh, nice. Rip, Katie. Oh, no.
Well, no. There's no rip Cadia. Cadia stands, my friend.
Does it, though?
Yes. Have you seen any of the animations from Warhammer Plus?
No comment. I don't know if I have or not.
Okay. There's a really, really good one. One thing that Warhammer just started doing recently is they have their own streaming service. You know, their Netflix sort of thing. And
Right.
they've been paying for cartoons to be made about Warhammer. And they're really, really good. Like, I went to school for animation, so like I sit there and critique it from an animation perspective, and you can sit there and say that some of them have like shave tweens and it's not very well animated, but in my opinion it's good enough and it tells an accurate story within the setting.
Gotcha.
And that's all I want. That's all I want. I just want good stories, good cartoons. And it does really well. It does really well for it. So, one of the ones they just put out recently is called, was it Men of Iron? Or no, something... Oh, The Iron Within. That was the name of it. And it's all about a guard PDF faction protecting the citizens from a Dark Eldar raid. And them enacting this age-old protocol to call for Space Marine backup. But they didn't realize that the beacon that they sent out was going to the Iron Warriors, not to a loyalist Space Marine chapter.
Oh no.
And so
Oh no.
in the middle of them getting
Yeah.
ravaged by the Dark Eldar, the Iron Warriors come down.
Ouch.
Define bad day without saying bad day.
Yeah. I will say this, though. One of the coolest fucking fight sequences I've ever seen in any kind of media is that Dark Eldar Archon fighting against the Iron Father. Or, no, it's not Iron Father. Warsmith. That's it. Iron Father's Iron Hands. Yeah, the Warsmith of the Iron Warriors. It gets down to the point where the guardsmen that were, like, put on their knees to watch as the Dark Eldar either triumph or die, intervenes and takes a shot at the Archon, which breaches his 2+ invulnerable field, and then like the Archon slowly turns and looks at the Ironsmith, and like realizes that he's fucking dead, and it ends with the Ironsmith crushing the Dark Eldar's head with his boot. Just straight up, just crunch, like he's stepping on an apple. Said still have a Blood Angels with 3 full squads of fast attack, special heavy, and 6 full squads with weapons, plus a lot of rhinos, predators, Blood Angel, predator, and land raiders. Okay. I've got a lot of that myself as well. I've got a ball predator. I've got a couple, 3 rhinos. I've got a bunch of tacticals. I've got a bunch of scouts. I'm actually repainting 5 of my old pewter scouts to be Imperial Fists, specifically for boarding patrols.
Oh yeah, nice.
I've got I've got so much Blood Angels. Like I said, my Blood Angels were my first love. I will say this though, whatever I have for the Blood Angels is far out eclipsed by how much I have for the Battle Sisters from 3rd edition. I have a one of those massive cases, the big plastic black cases that have Games Workshop and stuff like that. I have one of those. The thing weighs almost 100 pounds.
Damn,
And
you must have that thing loaded up.
It's full of solid pewter, because remember, the Battle Sisters, all of their models were
We're all metal, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm so deep into it that I now have a old Demos pattern immolator. I have a Mars pattern immolator from the Witch Hunters remake, and I have the new immolator with the full stained glass window. I have 3 different generations, 3 different completely different models of the immolator. And I really want to get a Castigator eventually. That's a Battle Sister tank with a battle cannon on it. I love that model so much. I will eventually get myself a Castigator. 20,000 in points. I say I was totaling it up recently, without counting any of my guard or my battle sisters, just my 3 different space marines, all of my Xenos armies, so my orcs, Eldar, Necrons, my Imperial Knights, and my Admech. So basically everything except for my my battle sisters and guard. I have over 25,000.
Jeez. I don't have that. You got me. I probably have, with all of the towel that I've bought, I probably have base 5,000.
5,000's a good amount to have. It really is.
Yeah, for a single army, it's huge. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I've got maybe 2,000 points base for Grey Knights.
My buddy has around 6,000 for his Tyranids, and then he's also
Jesus
got
Christ.
well, I'll say it's funny because like he got his 6,000 for Tyranids from trades, because he used to have like small dabblings of like a whole bunch of different armies. Like he had a Slaanesh Chaos Army, he had Grey Knights, and he had a whole bunch of other stuff. He consolidated it down, so now he just has his 6,000 points of Tyranids. What he did is he took all of the other factions that he used to have, and he sold it all off or traded it just for Tyranids. Oh yeah, Lisa, this is the progress on the librarian I got going. The Dark Angel librarian. I'm painting for my roommate. But yeah, so he's got the 6,000 points for Tyranids. He consolidated out his Imperial faction he's going for is Grey Knights. I think he has around 1,500.
That's a good amount still. I mean,
yeah. And
with termies and everything, that's a good amount.
Oh yeah. Well, he's also got like a Nemesis Dread Knight and like a whole bunch of other stuff too. And then for his other Xenos faction is he went Necrons, and he's got
of course all the dead people.
Oh my god, I can't remember how much he has of Necrons. I have more than he does. He started Necrons before me, but I have more than he does. But I'm at like 2,090 points for my Necrons, I think. Yeah, around that. 2,090 points for my Necrons. Eventually, I'll have around 3,000. But that's because I want to get a Doomsday Arc. I need to get 2 more Locust Heavy Destroyers. I need to get Nightbringer, obviously. I want to get 20 more Warriors, which I'm going to be getting from Eeyore when he comes down for the summer.
Of course you're going to go Nightbringer. Of course you're going to go Nightbringer. Why not?
Nightbringer's my guy. Yeah, I get the 20 Warriors from Eeyore. They're going to be given Gauss Reapers. And then I need to get 10 more Immortals, and I'm going to give them Tesla Carbines. And then I need to get 10 more Death Marks. And I think that's it. I think that's all I'm going to be getting from my Necrons at that point. Death Marks are even scarier, dude. They deep strike, and they're all armed with sniper rifles.
Death Marks can fuck off. I hate you guys.
They all have sniper rifles and a deep strike. What's even better is that, talking again before about stratagems, there's actually a really interesting one where I put my Death Marks into reserves for deep strike, and then if you deep strike anywhere near me, I can immediately set up my Death Marks in your turn and shoot you.
Jesus Christ.
It is a really good mutually assured destruction deterrent at that point.
Yeah, no shit.
Because then the opponent's all like, can I weather the storm? Do I put it out now? Do I...
Right. I don't even know what this is I'm looking at.
Lisa's working on her kit bashes for the jet bikes for her Dark Angels. So we got that going. Hell yeah. And so,
Lisa,
Those look
I'm
really
a
good.
little jelly. The paintings are the paint job is just Jesus.
Oh yeah, those look really good.
The skills. I wish I had.
I think it's really comes down to it's a lot less talent and more just practice. The more you do it, the better.
Oh,
you
I'm
get at it.
sure. But just seeing her shit in Minions Discord and Meg's Discord is just like, Jesus Christ. I'm so out of it.
And say I haven't posted any mini pics in a while. I need to start getting on that. I say my major thing right now is I'm working on building stuff. So.
Fair.
All told, for me, I think I have 3,000 points total, not counting my Necrons.
And the knight?
That is counting the Knight.
Counting the knight? Okay.
I got about 1,500-ish of guards. We counted up 750 of Space Marines, and then the Knight is worth about the rest.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Because you built your knight as what, a paladin? Oh,
No,
Crusader.
yeah.
Yeah.
Guns.
Guns.
Yeah, I built
Basically.
mine as my regular knight is a warden, and then I have a castle, and then now I have 2 Helverns and 2 warglaves. I just need one more box of armigers, and then build one as a warglaive and one as a Helvern, and I'll have exactly 2,000 points of knights.
Yeah, my future plans probably center on knights and various colors of Astartes.
Alright, so Simmias, my knight army consists of 8 models for 2,000 points.
Well, yeah, they're knights. Like they're mini dreadnoughts. Like,
Yeah.
Or not dreadnoughts, they're mini fucking...
Titans, yeah.
Titans, yeah,
The
fuck.
biggest one stands, I think, 10 inches tall, which is 2 inches short of a warhound.
Right.
You're talking
With
about
almost
Dominuses
equivalent.
or the Patrices.
The Dominus. The Dominus classes stands about 10 inches.
Well, the Apatris is slightly larger.
Well, that's Forge World. I'm not going to
Yeah.
get into the Forge World shit.
What in the flying... Oh, okay. That Dante? Wait a minute, who is this?
They're looking at the new Dante?
No, I've got a download that I downloaded and I don't know what the fuck it is. It looks like Dante, though. It doesn't look like Sanguinius.
I say Dante's getting a brand new model and it looks fucking awesome.
He is. It looks amazing. Again, that one I might actually just go and buy.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is Dante. The size of this thing is huge, though. If I put this thing together, the body's 4 inches. This is
God.
insanity.
Yeah, that's massive.
Oh, this is Dante. This is like a 2-foot action figure.
Or like a statue or something like that?
Yeah, it's a 2-foot statue of Dante.
Okay.
And I wouldn't mind printing off, but Jesus, the resin is going to be insane for that.
Yeah, the amount of you'd have to spend on it.
It looks good though.
I've got an artist proof of a Space Marine Intercessor that I've not painted yet, but I will eventually get around to it. It stands 2 feet tall, or no, not 2 feet. It's about like 1.5 feet, maybe. I think about.
It's nice.
And it's all just gray plastic, so I'm gonna eventually paint him as a Blood Angel. And it's gonna be fun.
Absolutely.
I like Forge World Knights.
I like Forge World generally.
Yeah.
It's just expensive.
Yeah. Speaking of, I need
Ridiculously expensive.
to work on my Dreadnought. A buddy of mine a while ago gave me the resin Blood Angels Contemptor from Forge World.
Oh, nice.
So,
Well, thing is, a lot of the Forge World options, at least now, if you're smart, you can pick ones that are basically just upgrade packs to previous kits.
sure.
Which actually aren't near as expensive. Take the knights I like. which are the Questoris Styrex and the Moirex.
Of course you
Mini-
get the Styrex.
It's got a big fuck you Volkite. What did you expect?
Yeah.
This is in Canadian dollars, but the Styrex is $285. What's a Questorius on JW?
I think 125? Let me check.
Age of Darkness Night Questoris is 210 Canadian.
What's that in rubles?
Well, unfortunately, GW doesn't export to Russia right now because of the whole conflict with Ukraine.
I'm pretty sure they go through a couple shell companies to get it into Russia.
I'm fairly certain they might too.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just fucking around because I like fucking with people from Canada.
170 is the American price for Imperial Knights.
Yeah, the Age of Darkness Night Questoris kit,
Mm-hmm.
which is basically build any Questoris Knight out of it.
I just really wish that my knights could be taken with my admech without needing to worry about doing all the souping bullshit.
Yeah. I haven't played any of the. Well, of course, they've only been out for so long, so I have no idea. But I could see how that would be problematic, especially with only 6 characters in the field. I'm curious, Lisa. Do you play, or do you just paint?
I think she said she does both, but like hasn't played in a while.
Gotcha.
And she's free to correct me if I'm wrong. And Lisa, you're always free to come on too if you want to hop in the stream.
Unfortunately, 9th edition has really disillusioned me from Guard, at least model-wise. More because of rules, actually.
Oh, 9th edition Guard are fucking strong as hell. What are you talking about?
Okay, and how long did we have to wait?
Yeah,
Oh,
true.
2.5 years? And not a year afterwards, our new codex is going to be replaced by an index?
Yeah, that does suck.
He's not salty. He's not
That-
salty.
For about 6 months, we were the longest. It was the faction that was the longest since a codex release.
Yep. You're not wrong about any of that. That's true.
Heck, I actually started memeing that Votan and World Eaters were going to be before Guard.
And they were?
World Eaters are just now releasing.
Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry, not the World Eaters. Demons was the one that was
Yeah.
not released yet. And Demons did still release before the Guard.
Votan was pretty much the same time, though.
Not really. No, there was like a good couple of like months between Votan and Guard. Like they started teasing the Guard when they announced Votan, but you know, it was quite a while after the Votan came out that we finally got the Guard. It sucked. I'm not gonna. Yeah, you brought up good points there. That's absolutely true.
I just don't want to heavily invest into a faction that GW can do that to.
Yeah. Well,
That's a fair
technically
point.
speaking, GW can do that to any faction. It's just,
Yeah.
Space Marines, no.
well, they won't do it to Space Marines, but they could.
Yeah.
Yep. I just realized that God damn it.
Beam me in, Scotty. Where's she at? General.
Oh, yep. Hold on. Trying to fucking fix this shit. There we go. I don't know why I'm... Oh, there it is. Alright. Alright. Give me a second, Lisa, and I can pull you in. There we go. Move to... There you go. Hi, Lisa.
Oh yeah.
There you go. I'm just gonna adjust this.
Hello.
Like that. Ah. So we don't need to ask you if you're excited for Lion's return, but yeah. How you spending your time up until then?
Is she? Until then, I am trying to get my armies finished.
Yeah, same. And say I know as soon as my roommate buys Lion, he's gonna be wanting me to paint him.
You need to get your roommate to learn to paint.
Well, you know that's the thing. Is
That's
he's always said that he never liked the painting aspect of it. He likes building the models, which, you know, I'm not going to begrudge him. He likes the hobby how he likes the hobby. He likes playing the game and he likes building the models. He doesn't necessarily like painting them. So I'm perfectly fine with that. The major thing, though, is that, like, he's buying models way faster than I can paint them.
Well, I guess you need to step up your painting game then, don't you, boys?
Yeah. I say he has offered to learn.
Better start charging him.
Well, he buys my paint. But one of the things that he said that he's wanting to do is to learn how to use my airbrush, so he can do that for me and cut off a lot of time.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I'll say if that's the case, then he can, you know, do that, especially with his Dark Angels.
Have to say, the more I hear about 10th edition, the more eager I become.
Yeah, I say my whole thing with 10th is like I'm cautiously optimistic. Let's put it that way. Eeyore did bring up one very good point. You know, my guard were like my primary army for 9th edition, or no, 10th edition. 10th edition. No, 8th edition. they were my primary army for 8th edition. And then when 9th edition came out and they like were just going for so long without a codex, I just decided, well, fuck it. I'm not going to play my guard until they get a codex. And then they get their codex and then immediately announce 10th. And it's frustrating.
Yeah.
To be dead honest, spending nearly $500 to get into the hobby purely on guard, just to have 9th roll out and do that to the guard, if I wasn't so invested into the lore, I would have bought out.
Yeah. I don't think that the guard were that bad when 9th edition dropped. It's just that they fell off because everyone else was getting their codex and everyone else was getting all of their new toys. And the guard,
they had to get rules so powerful that in the new codex, to get those rules remaining, you have to give up regimental doctrines entirely.
Yeah.
They also removed the indirect fire exception. They fucked up the order method from being a pseudo aura 2 back to a point to point. The new codex fucked the guard more than it helped them.
I wouldn't say that. Guard are really fucking strong right now.
Hammer of the Emperor should have been a mono-faction rule, not a give up regimental doctrines. The indirect fire exception should have remained untouched. And the orders, that's what really pissed me off.
I don't think that they removed the indirect fire thing. I think that's still in place.
They removed the guard's exception to it.
Well, I haven't seen anything about them removing the guard's exception to that.
Morty and Glory did a 45-minute video on getting around the fact that it was removed.
Where does it say that? Where does it say it was removed?
Let's find the specific balance data slate. Or do you want from the codex proper?
Well, the codex isn't going to say that. That was in the rule when they put out the indirect fire rule.
Got it. Balance data slate.
Jesus, Lisa, that Redemptor Dreadnought on your Insta.
Oh yeah, I'm really pleased with that one.
Yeah, I bet it looks fucking amazing.
Yeah. No mention of guard being specifically given the exception from indirect fire. It's still a -1, and it's an add 1 to the saving throw against the attack. And let me just bring up all the guard units where this is relevant. Basilisk has it. Manticore has it. Wyvern has it. Shall I go into the Forge World stuff now?
I'm
Because
just
it
saying,
all has to.
where does it say that the exemption was removed?
The exemption existed because the indirect fire rule, the special rule, didn't exist on guard units. That's how the exception was made. It now has that indirect fire rule on all those weapons. I'm not referring to fire on units not visible to the wielder. I'm talking about the rule named indirect fire.
On the weapon?
Yeah, it's now on all guard weapons. It used to not be. Through updates via Balance Data Slate. All this occurred around the time they got their new codex. They got this one of the single greatest nerfs right after they got their codex. Meanwhile, Space Marines, oh boo-hoo, you lost Armor of Contempt. Everything's free and you got a point drop across the board.
Well, let's put it this way. The free and points drop was the biggest boon to Space Marines. Them removing Armor of Contempt was crippling. Because Armor of Contempt was pretty much an I win button for the entire time that was available for Space Marines. Having played several games against Space Marines, it was pretty much a don't worry about it, you don't have to worry about it, you lose. Unless you're also playing Space Marines.
Yeah, because I haven't actually played at all during 9th. I've just painted the whole time.
No.
That sounds like a very fun way to enjoy this edition.
Yeah, 9th edition wasn't that bad, and another thing, Eeyore, you have no real room to complain about indirect fire. You don't own any indirect fire weapons, and in point of fact, neither do I.
My border teams say otherwise.
Who cares about the border teams?
Can't the Basilisk be an indirect? I thought that the Basilisk could be indirect.
Yeah, the Basilisk does have indirect fire.
Yeah.
But compare the Basilisk. Okay, the Basilisk is 24-inch range, or sorry, 240-inch range. Heavy.
I believe they nerfed that actually.
Heavy well, who cares about the range? The range is. It doesn't matter.
240, you're off the table, and lengthwise, like it doesn't matter.
The only time when that matters is that if you are playing rules that allow you to shoot into other people's tables.
Or you're playing on a massive fucking table.
Yeah.
And I was wrong. It is still 240.
Heavy D6 plus 3 for shots. Strength 10 minus 3 AP and flat 2 damage. The big Achilles heel to the Earthshaker is not the AP and losing the AP with indirect fire. It really isn't. It's from the
It's a 2-hit. It's a 2-hit you lose.
And
on top of the saving
AP
throw.
because they get +1 to their armor save, dude.
Yep.
And then the biggest problem with it though is the flat 2 damage. That's not going to help you, not really. When you compare that to the Vanquisher. Yes, I'll have railgun lights, thank you very much, for a fraction of the cost that the TOW have to pay.
That you could spam out.
Yeah, because the TOW can only have 1 hammerhead. I can have 3 Lehman Russes per squadron.
Wait, we can only have 1 hammerhead now? When did that change?
1 hammerhead
per slot.
Heavy support choice.
Oh, that's gay. It used to be. Dude,
I never realised that.
Yep. So you can only ever have, at the very maximum, 3 hammerheads. Whereas for guard...
That must have changed.
We can have
like after 6th.
We can have up to 12 Lehman Russes with Vanquishers.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
I mean, if you have enough points budget, Tri-Bolter Vanquishers, let's go.
No, fuck that. Fuck the Tri-Bolter. If you're going up against an army that has like a lot of armor, and like so my buddy, the Tyranid buddy of mine, built a 12 model 1,000 point list for his Tyranids. Okay. All Exocrines, all Tyrannofexes, all and a Hive Tyrant. So he's a purely artillery tank bug list. Okay. I said, okay.
Shrugs off.
I'll take 9 Lehman Russ Vanquishers.
Jesus Christ.
Because that's also 2,000 points. 9 Lehman Russ Vanquishers. And I don't take any sponsons. Why? Why take a sponson? You're just paying extra points that's going to do nothing.
I mean, fuck, at that point, I might as well take, for my 3 heavy slots, I might as well take 3 freaking broadsides at a time for each heavy slot.
Yes, that's the way that a lot of people have been going. A lot, like, the railgun for the Hammerhead is really fucking nice. It's really, really nasty. It's a heavy hitter. The problem comes down to the fact that it's very expensive, and you're putting all your eggs into a single shot. And so because of that, a lot of people have said, well, fuck that. I'll take a lesser version with more shots and take 3 broadsides rather than taking 1 Hammerhead.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know if all of that kind of rules are going to stick around too with 10th edition, because it made it seem like one of the things that they wanted to do is they wanted to bring back like vehicle specific weapons. They wanted to make it less viable for you to just gun down a tank with a whole bunch of small arms.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. The index section for the guard is going to be blatantly underpowered, and as other factions get their actual codexes, guard will be left to languish. Again.
You remember they're not going to be codexes.
The indexes will be updated into what is effectively a codex. It'll just be a free PDF.
Well, that's fine. Then everyone will be getting the rules at the same time then.
Marketing 101. You split out your releases so they have money to spend. Oh, new guard units. Ooh, new Space Marines. Ooh, new
money
Tyranids.
To spend on something that's free.
I'm referring to the models. The rules attract...
The models are fine, okay? The models are fine. But here's the thing, right? If they come out with a new model, that's one thing. If they come out with new rules... and they're able to release all the rules at the same time...
They're not going to, because...
Why wouldn't they?
The rules attract sales to the models.
They're already saying they're going to be putting out the indexes all at the same time with 10th edition.
To start, because it's a hard reset. That's almost a requirement of a hard reset. But as new rules are updated, they're going to stagger the release of the new rules.
I think they'll only stagger the
in whatever way, shape, or form.
They'll only stagger that with new models. They're not going to do that with the old. Why would they need to do that with the older models that already have all of their rules already put out there?
Same way they did it in 9. Oh, a new guard squad. Oh, a new sentinel. Oh, a new this, that. And here's the guard rules. Oh, a new whatever Tyranid bug parasite thing it was, and some updated sculpts.
They don't need to change the rules when they update a model. They only need to update the rules when they put a brand new model out.
You are technically correct. However...
no, not technically.
You are technically correct. However, from a marketing standpoint, you are wrong.
I don't see it that way. If they want
This is marketing, not...
If they want to do what they're doing, okay? If they want to do what they are doing, that is how it's going to pan out. Now, the big problem for me with all of this is, here's my trepidation about 10th edition. If I start building my guard squad, or my guard army, I'm already behind the 8 ball because of something that they've already put out. And I don't like that. Limit 6 on battle line. Meaning I have over 120 guardsmen that I was building as Cadian. I can't do that anymore.
Ah, crap, that's going to affect me and my manlet spam. Though 60 TAC Marines, that's a lot of Marines.
Yes, it is. My problem is that I now have 60 guardsmen that I can't use. We'll just take them as infantry. Infantry can't be given 2 specials like I've already built all of my Cadians.
Death Corps?
No. What? Yeah, no.
I'm not wrong.
Yeah, but no. Ew. The only thing that's worse than Deathcore right now are Catachan.
No love. Oof.
Hey man, I have a Catachan army.
I know.
And it pisses me off. Because they cost 70 points for 10,
Dude.
alright?
You know how I felt around when 4th edition hit, and I was like, yes, let's go Tau, and then 5th edition hit, and I was like, fuck.
Okay, so
I mean,
here's the brass tacks about the Imperial Guard, right? Cadians are able to take 2 special weapons for free in their squads. Their Voxcaster for free. Their Sergeant is able to take a las pistol and chainsword. Cool. Okay? Now, here's the thing. All of mine, the way that I built my Catachan, is I've got this model right here. This is Sergeant Ripper Jackson. I bought 4 of her because I wanted to have her be the sergeant for all of my my Catachan squads. Problem. What is a Catachan sergeant by their data entry allowed to be armed with for close combat? Or for anything. Okay, the sergeant. What are they armed with and what are their options?
Las pistol, chainsword?
Las pistol.
Where's the chainsword?
Yeah, where is it? Where's the bolter that she's armed with? Never mind the fact that Catachan get an ability for they get exploding 6s in close combat. Okay, they meaning. It's weird. We're gonna have to sit there and explain some of the standard terms to Simmias because he's like editions prior. Exploding 6s. The idea behind it is any 6s to hit count as 2 hits. That's the idea behind exploding.
So kind of similar to like the orc mechanic, kind of, I guess.
Well, orcs get exploding 6s if you play Goths.
Yeah.
But Catachan get exploding 6s in close combat. With what melee weapon?
Shovels? I don't know.
Do you see the problem here, Games Workshop? Do you see the problem? Oh, we didn't model that unit with a melee weapon. Update your range, bitch! And guess what? You did, because there's a power sword in that kit.
Guard have a power sword? What's changed?
I was say the Guard have access to power swords. They always have. Hell, I've got my Catachan commander.
Oh, that's right.
Has a power
That's
fist.
right. They never could get close enough to my Grey Knights.
Well, I guarantee you, right now, the way that I'm building my Guard army, I could vaporize your Grey Knights in like 2 seconds. Yeah. The reason why is,
buddy.
I'm telling you, man.
Ooh.
The way the Guard
no.
right now, yeah.
Play with rules 6 months ago.
I'm saying right now, the way it is right now. There's a reason why the Guard have gone from dead last in tournament meta to up near the top.
Well, I mean, that's
and I'm further reinforcing my salt over 9th edition. 6 months ago, play with rules 6 months back. Him not even playing an inkling of 8th or 9th would be able to beat you into his Grey Knights just because of Armor of Contempt on top of how good Grey Knights were 6 months ago.
Yes and no. With Hammer of the Emperor, it definitely alleviated a lot of that a lot of those problems. But
See, I say we cut the codexes in half and the rulebook in half when we go with that rulebook, and we'll play that way. We'll play 7th edition. We'll play Grey Knights versus. We'll see who wins.
Here's the rules that make it so that the guard just win almost all the time now. 10 guardsmen, I get within double tap range. Okay, or even better yet, I stand still so that I can shoot you twice at 24.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
That's faction specific.
No, it's not. That is a core feature for fucking rapid fire weapons.
Yeah, for rapid fire it works because it works the same way with my Tau.
Anyway, so I stand still, fire twice, right? I give myself take aim order. Instead of hitting on 4s, I'm now hitting on 3s. All 6s to hit both auto wound and explode. And I have a plasma gun and melt-a-gun in every squad. And how much are every strike squad? I think they're like 22, 23 points a model. My entire 10-man unit is 65 points.
That's fine. That's fine.
All
I gotta say is I'll just deep strike with Drago and you're screwed.
I built a list where I take 2 Lehman Russes, a Rogel Dorn, and 120 guardsmen.
Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, there's no way I'm going up against Rogel Dorn with any of my space, my Grey Knights. Jesus Christ.
The Rogel Dorn battle tank. There's a new battle tank
called the
Rogel
battle
Dorn.
tank.
Yeah, called the Rogel Dorn.
Interesting.
The Castigator cannon on it is fucking nasty. Or no, sorry, it's called the Oppressor cannon.
I don't know that. I know I've heard of the Castigator, but I've never heard of that one.
Yeah. Well,
the question is, Quiz, have you filled Rogel Dorn's hole?
I have not filled the Dorn hole yet, but I will. I will fill the Dorn hole. Because a buddy of mine...
Is this some joke I'm not into?
Do you not know about the Dorn hole?
No.
Oh God.
The Rogel Dorn battle tank has a massive flaw in the fact that its bottom, its undercarriage, does not have a full flat piece. There's a big hole that goes between the front and the back bumper.
Seems a little, yeah.
There's a buddy of mine that keeps on talking about how he wants to deep strike and put his models within the Dorn hole. He's gonna deep strike into my Dorn hole, and then I sit there and say, "Yeah, good luck, buddy. I'm gonna fill the Dorn hole with plasticard. You're not gonna be able to put anything in the Dorn hole. Thank you very much."
But yeah, with what you were saying about Tau before, one thing I'm looking forward to painting that I picked up last year, I think it was I got hold of a full, eventually filled up a full 6-man squad of the old XV-15 stealth suits.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I saw that. I saw you posted your buy there when you got them.
15.
The old ones were nice. No, the 15s were older. They're like the pre-XV-25 suits. They're not the they're like a souped up fire warrior.
Yeah, they're the predecessors. I just think they look really nice. Yeah. So I just decided I want some.
Yeah, they look amazing. I wish I had some XV.
Yeah, because I bagged them across 2 eBay orders, and by the end of it, I paid would have been about £8 to £9 per model.
Nice.
It's expensive.
Not bad at all.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
No, but when you see like some premium shit on eBay go like one crisis suit go for fucking $70.
Yeah. I say, I got this one recently here. I worked on them a little bit. This is my going to be my con for my White Scars. This is the Deathwatch Sergeant that I've got kind of cut off a little bit for making into a White Scars con. And
so look above the what's his name? Shit, he's the word bearer of Primarch.
Lorgar.
No, not Lorgar. I'm thinking of someone else. Sorry. Oh yeah, there you go.
Are you thinking of Angron?
No, not Angron. Angron is
word bearers.
Yeah. I'm thinking of
World Eaters. Yeah.
Yeah, World Eaters. Yeah. I've got a picture of a con replica or a con print in the Tock chat.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That con.
Yeah.
I don't know. I personally like the Forge World one just a little bit better.
No. I don't agree with you.
Yeah. Because I don't know. I like the Forge World's Dow blade better. I think it looks cool.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think one thing that'd be pretty cool to see is when the Khan comes back eventually, is if he's given a Primarch scale bike.
Oh, he should. He absolutely should. See, that's the thing is like almost all the stuff I've heard or I've read about Khan in current like where I'm currently at in the Horus Heresy novels. He's never on a bike. But that's not the combat doctrine and philosophy of the White Scars. So because of that, I sit there and I'm just waiting for when the Khan finally gets a bike, because he should get a jet bike. And that would
maybe he just runs really fast.
Well, it's funny actually. You say that in one of the short stories they were talking about it. When the Battle Fury overcomes the White Scars, they do end up running faster across the battlefield. Like they're inspired by all of their brothers that are still on their bikes and riding forward, so they end up crossing the battlefield faster. So I don't know.
It wouldn't surprise me if he could, if the White Scars could actually run faster than. Oh shit! I keep forgetting his name. God damn it! Who's the fastest guy to run in Termi armor?
Oh.
He's a wolf.
You sure it's a Space Wolf and not a Carcharodon? I think
it was Lehman. It was either Lehman or it was
no, Lehman wasn't in
Logan.
Terminator.
I think it was Logan. I think Logan was the one who was able to run full speed, like super fast in a fucking Termi armor.
Super Terminator armor. Wow.
Yeah. They were saying it can't be done, and he did it. That was during the whole Inquisition issue.
Okay. I don't remember that one. I'm gonna have to go and find it. To be fair, also with my predilection here, I'm not the most well versed in a lot of the Space Wolf lore.
I have to get you up to speed.
I read Space Wolf lore when I'm forced to, specifically for the Horus Heresy stuff. But I don't go out of my way for it.
Yeah, I think when it comes to the point where Russ comes back, I think there's two options that would be interesting. One would be him coming back kind of like a bit like Odin. And the other is coming back as basically Primarch Wolfen.
I would say he'll have to come back as a Wolfen. And that's gotta be how he comes back. Because I mean, he went in there with the 13th Black Crusade, the 13th company of the Space Wolves, and the 13th company have come back out of the Eye of Terror.
So they're all Wolfens, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, by some mystery, I guess he could come out of it without it, maybe, I guess. But I doubt it.
It's as much of a gene curse for the Space Wolves as like the Black Rage and
Blood Sanguine, yeah.
And the Red Thirst is for the Blood Angels. So.
Oh yeah, did you see the kit bash that was done by Peter Wargamer, where he took the Angron kit and he turned it into a Demon Primarch Russ?
No.
Oh, it's so cool. I'll find a link for the pics.
Yeah, I'll have to look
Midnight,
at that.
fuck.
Yeah, I would say I just noticed the time, so I think it's about time we wrap up. I think it's been a good discussion overall. I think we can nerd out on Warhammer on my nights. I think it's a pretty good pretty good.
There's just so much to talk about.
Yeah, well, I mean, new edition around the corner. I gotta say, as much
as badass.
Yeah, it's in Stream Talk now.
Oh, okay. As much as I don't, as I'm like I said, with Trepidation, I'm viewing 10th edition. I do have to say that Eeyore did make some good points about the Guard and not getting that much time to play them. But at the same time, I am looking forward to 10th. I think it'll be fun. as long as they cut back on alpha strikes. I'm just so sick of that. It's
Still expecting them to screw over the guards somehow.
It feels bad when I remember, you know, and I'm still salty about it. I played a guy who played Iron Hands, and on first turn, I lost 3/4 of my army. Like, I hadn't even gone yet, and I lost 3/4 of my army.
I kind of think that 9th edition has wound up as an ungodly mess, and I think GW had to sort of pull a reset on it.
Mm-hmm. Which, you know, they kind of did with 8th edition. 7th edition kind of turned into a mess, and they reset it with 8th. So,
Yeah,
I don't know.
true.
That's, I guess, something that they kind of have to do every now and then. Nature of the beast for the game. But anyway, we've been your Minions of the Zoo. Thank you for coming out and listening to some nerds nerd out about Warhammer and watching some paint dry. Be sure to watch tomorrow, where Adam is going to be the host. And yeah, that's about it. Take care, everyone. The zoo's closed.